Germany is the first Western democracy to approve a law that punishes disinformation, hate speeches, etc. Is legislation the right way to beat fake news?
Legislation is not the only way to beat fake news, but it may be one approach that may deal with the problem together with other approaches like education, like civil society action, and whatever you can conceive of. If you ask me about the German law about illegal content, it's a broader approach actually. Then I'm a little bit critical about that because it carries very strongly the risk to overblocking. We have to consider that Facebook has basically almost a monopoly on social media public communication, and there's no other platform where things that are blocked by Facebook can appear on social media. So that is a severe problem that has to be considered, and the other is that basically if it's about illegal content, prosecution should be the first way to deal with it, and that German politics is pushing this problem over to Facebook and tells them basically do our job is not really a sustainable way to deal with this kind of problematic content on social media. Yeah, I mean, one thing we should do first before we issue specialized legislation like that is to have a discussion and find basic rules about the role of these social media platforms and platforms in general in our media concert. Actually, these kinds of actors are so new in our public sphere arena. They're so different than newspapers, broadcasting organizations, and nobody really has defined really where responsibility of such platforms begins and where it ends, compared to traditional publishing houses, for example, or individuals who are posting something. And this, I think, is a step that we should go first, and then we may think about what responsibility can be pushed over to social media platforms, together with a second approach, and that is how to deal with these monopolized structures. If Facebook is deleting something, it's away everywhere in the world, and that is not really how our approach to free speech, to a pluralistic public sphere should be.
You mentioned that Mark Zuckerberg is the most important publisher.
Yeah.
You made him.
Yeah, actually, he is not really a publisher, because on one hand he says I'm providing just infrastructure where others are publishing. On the other hand side, they are very much interfering in how things are presented, how they are selected. So all this algorithmic curation is interfering with what is visible and what is not. So he is half a publisher, and that is something that is very hard to tackle from a legal perspective. And I think there should be much more discussion about the very basic role of these actors in the media field as we had until today.